Hi, I'm Alan Pease, and you're listening to a live broadcast. When I say a live broadcast, I'm recording this cassette program live at my desk. It's going to be unedited. Any sounds or bleeps that might accidentally happen, or any stutters or words that I might muck up, are going to be left into this program. So you're seeing it as it comes, because the reality is when you're face to face with people presenting a case and showing them the business, that's pretty much the way it is. Now, all you'll need for this is a pen or a pencil or crayon if you can't have anything sharp, and a sheet of paper so you can write down some of the points that I talk about, and particularly the list of dominant buying motives I discuss later, and the 5 questions. These are critical for you to have written down and to practice. So get a pen and paper right at this point. I'm sitting in my office right now in England looking out over the green fields. I've got foxes running around out there. I've got people walking around outside. And I'm going to pull together parts of 3 different programs that I put together. One program I did here in England. One was conducted in Australia, in Sydney, and the other one was in New Zealand. I'm going to pull parts of these out. These programs that you listen to, again, were live, spontaneous programs. So what you hear actually happened, and it's unedited. You're getting the whole warts and all presentation. Enjoy the presentation. There's a promise that goes with this. The promise is that when you do exactly what you hear in this cassette tape, and I mean exactly, you don't change it, don't modify it, don't make up your own version. Copy it word for word. 5 questions in the order that you get them later. The guarantee is that you will listen your way into more new business. People will be knocking on your door saying, I want to join your business. Now, I know this is a pretty big promise, but this is the promise that goes with it, because we've proved it in virtually every business. Get ready for it. Enjoy it. I've enjoyed doing this for you. Have a good time and make lots of sales. The first question I'm going to tackle is, what's the biggest mistake that people make? Well, I think from my observation, the biggest mistake is that you're enthusiastic. But there's also a big downside of that enthusiasm.
No, I said, that's pretty simple. The biggest mistake is they get so excited that they sell the business and they don't shut up, then they buy it back. Who's guilty of that? Raise your hand. You sell it, then you buy it back.
Now, as I said, enthusiasm is a very powerful part of selling and a very important part of the people. But when you're selling your story, when you're presenting the plan, are the listeners buying it? What are they thinking? Do they really believe you? Are they going along with it?
Do they believe you? No, they don't believe you. Not that they think you're not telling the truth, but they don't believe you. I'll tell you the reason why. You're face to face with them. What are they expecting you to do? You're there to sell. That's what they think, and they're right. So they're waiting for you to sell. Now, the minute you start to in any way infer that you might be selling, they start to give objections, reasons why they can't do it. So whatever you say, they'll raise an objection to it. Wouldn't matter what you said. If you said, this tie is multicoloured, it's mainly red, they say, no, it's not, it's blue. Now, whether it's red or blue is not the point. You said it. So they'll object, because they're waiting for you to sell. Now, if they said to you, this tie is red, what colour is it? Red. Now, if they say it, it's true. If you say it, they'll raise an objection. And this is the whole basis of how it works. If they say it, it's true. If you say it, they'll raise an objection. So what should you do? Well, don't say anything. How do you do that?
Now, this is the heart and soul of this presentation. If they say it, if it's their words, it's true. If you say it, it doesn't matter how enthusiastically you say it, they're going to be skeptical. They're going to raise an objection because you said it. So the key is, if they say it, it's their opinion, therefore it's true. Now, in the following interview, you'll hear some periods of silence when I stop speaking and wait for a response. When I'm not speaking, what I'm doing is nodding my head in bunches of 3. 1, 2, 3. But you'll hear silence. Picture me nodding my head, and I'll be using what are called minimal encouragers. That is, little phrases that get the person to keep on talking. Now, every person you hear on this cassette tape that I grab from an audience is absolutely live. Nothing is practiced, nothing is rehearsed. The people who are involved do not know what's going to happen, so they're speaking from their heart. The only thing that's practiced and rehearsed is what I'm saying, because I know what I'm doing, because I practice and practice and practice this, which is what I want you to do. Practice these things. But the audience you hear, the participants in this presentation, are absolutely cold. I've never met them before, never seen them. I'll grab them cold from the audience. So listen in.
1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3. Now you can practice this and learn this. You can make this part of your repertoire. It's part of mine. I don't think about it. I just talk to people. I just 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3. I'll show you how it works. Come on, Sean. Come up here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question. Now, you don't know what I'm going to ask you, but I want you just to answer as you personally feel. And I want you to watch and listen to the technique. Okay, so tell me, Sean, how did you get started in this business?
I was approached by somebody who I didn't know before, and they asked me if I was interested in looking at ways of making money.
Yep.
And then they gave me a tape, and I had listened to that and gave it back to them.
Yep.
And then they showed me this plan, and I thought that was pretty good, so I got started.
Now, you're not 3 times, not 4. Now, in our culture, more than 3 are asking for trouble. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They'll keep talking. But 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3. Now, in doing this, you can get 2 to 4 times the amount of information from this person. Now, this is important because anything he says will be true. Anything I say, he's going to raise an objection. You're going to say, yes, but. So I want him to do the talking. In fact, I'm not going to do any talking at all. I'm just going to ask questions. That's it. Questions, in fact, are the answers here. So let's start again from the top. This time I'm going to use minimal encourages. Minimal encourages work this way. You lean forward and you put your palm out and you say, meaning, or you pick up a key word and say, got started meaning, tapes meaning. How did you get started in the distribution business, Sean?
Oh, this fellow asked me to come up to a meeting and asked me if I was interested in looking at a way of making some money. And he gave me some a tape, and I asked me to have a listen to it, and which I did.
Yep.
And then he sat down with me and showed me the whole presentation.
Right.
And I thought it was pretty good. And I got back to him and I said, yes, I'll be in.
Yep.
And I've had great fun with it ever since.
Great fun meaning?
That I've built a business and it's come on quite nicely and making some good money.
Quite nicely being?
That met a lot of nice people and travelled to some nice places and had a lot of fun.
Does this guy like me? Yeah, why does he like me? Why do you reckon he likes me? I'm listening to his #1 subject. Now, I could do it this way. So how did you get started in the distribution business?
Oh, this person came up to me and asked me if I was interested in looking at a way of making some money.
That's what happened to me. In fact, I was standing at the bus stop. You won't believe it. This guy came along and he had this tape he's playing. I said, what's that tape? And because I'm enthusiastic, right? I can sell him why I join. He says, yeah, goodbye. If he says it, it's true. If I say it, he'll raise an objection. That's what we're dealing with. Now I'm going to grab a man from one of my audiences and do a card trick. It's a very old card trick, but it demonstrates exactly the way this system works. I'm going to pull a card from a deck. Now, I know what the card is, but the guy who comes from the audience doesn't know what it is. I hand the card to some of the members in the front row, and they can hold it, they can look at it. This guy doesn't know what the card is, but I do in advance. Now, I want you to listen to the questions and listen to the answers and see if you can figure out what's going on. Well, how many cards in a basic deck, Sean?
52.
52, that's right. But what are the 2 main colours?
Black and red.
Black and red, that's right. Could you pick a colour, please?
Black.
Black, that's right. So that leaves us with?
Red.
Red, that's right. In red, there are 2 suits. What are they?
Hearts and diamonds.
Hearts and diamonds, that's right. Yeah. Could you pick one, please?
Diamonds.
Diamonds, that's right. So we're left with?
Hearts.
Hearts. Can you remember hearts? And we'll come back to hearts, okay? Now, in the card deck, we've got the picture cards, the high group, and number cards low. Would you like the high or the low?
High.
The high, that's right. In the high, we've got Jack, Queen, and King to start, and Queen, King, and Ace to finish. Would you like the start or finish?
Finish.
Finish, which is Queen, King, Ace. That's right. Pick one.
Ace.
Ace. So what suit did he say he wanted? What's on the back of that sheet of paper?
Ace of Hearts.
Can I have that, please? Ace of Hearts, he got what he wanted. Congratulations. Give him a round of applause, everyone. Did you notice in this presentation, Sean never got a wrong answer. Every time he answered, he was right. And I told him that. That's right. That's right, Sean. That's right. He never, ever got it wrong. Now, if you're not quite sure how I did that, I'm going to do it now a second time. This time, the card I've chosen in advance is the 9 of clubs. That's the card I'm going for. Now, listen to how I ask the questions. Listen to how this person responds to the answers, and you'll see how we end up at the 9 of clubs. So how many cards in a basic deck, Sean?
52.
52, that's right. What are the 2 main colours?
Red and black.
Red and black, that's right. Pick a colour, please.
Black.
Black, that's right. In black, there are 2 suits. What are they?
Clubs and spades.
Clubs and spades, that's right. Could you pick one, please?
Clubs.
Clubs. Guys, can you remember clubs this time? We'll come back to that. Thank you. The picture cards are high, number cards are low. What, high or low?
Low.
Low, that's right. With low, you've got 2, 3 and 4 on the bottom and 8, 9 and 10 at the top. You want the bottom or top?
Top.
Top, that's right. Which is 8, 9, 10. Pick one.
8.
8, that's right. That leaves us with
9 and 10.
That's right. Pick one.
9.
9, that's right. What suit did he say he wanted? What's on the back of the run?
9 of clubs.
He got it again! Give him a round of applause. Congratulations, Sean. Grab a seat, mate. Thank you for that. All right, let's do a quick analysis of what happened there. Did you follow at that time? Yeah. Bit clearer? Who's really not sure yet? Okay. You can be him. How many cards in the deck? 52. That's right. I could have said, that's wrong, you idiots. 54. 2 jokers. What are you, stupid? I'm in a card business. I'm telling you now, 54. My objective is to prove you're right, not wrong. 52, that's okay. What if he said 46? Okay, that's right. You want 46? You can have 46. Somebody did argue about 46. Want him to join the business. 46, okay. That's right. Is there 46 cards in a deck or not? Yes. Of course there is. It's 6 over. Look, if he wants 46, he can have 46. If he wants 10, he wants... Oh, I don't care. I'm not here to prove him wrong. I'm here to prove him right. Now, let's say we're going for the Ace of Hearts. How many cards in the deck? 52. That's right. What are the 2 main colours? Red, white. That's right. Pick a colour, please. Red. That's right. Over here they said black. That's right. That leaves us with red. That's right. Red's got 2 suits. What are they? Hearts and diamonds. That's right. Pick one, please. Diamonds. That's right. That leaves us with hearts. That's right. When they get it wrong, they get it right twice. They're never getting it wrong. Picture cards, high number cards, low. High or low? High, that's right. If I wanted low, I'd say that's right. That leaves us with low. That's right. Jack, Queen and King to start. Queen, King, Ace to finish. Start or finish? Start, that's right. That leaves us with finish, that's right. Pick one. Ace, that's right. Is this the one you wanted? That's the one I've been telling you about. That's the one. If he says it, it's true. If I say it, you raise an objection. If he was to say exactly the same thing about the business that you would say about it, it'd be true. If you say it, he'll go, yeah, give me a brochure. And that's the difference. He says it is true. So the key here is to get him to say the things that he believes about your business as opposed to you to say the same things where they'll object. Make sense? Now, the way we do this is very simple. First, we write a list of all the reasons why someone wants to join the business. There's one main reason why somebody wants to join your business. One main reason. Then there's normally 2 or 3 subordinate reasons. But there's one big reason and a couple of smaller ones, the medium-sized ones. What we're looking for here is the dominant buying motive, the main reason they want to join the business. Okay, what are some of the reasons, some of the main reasons that you reckon people want to join your business today? They get more money, get financial security, family security, freedom, money, training, lifestyle, recognition, social. Now, put together 7 reasons why people would want to join your business. I think you'll agree they're pretty much the basic 7 reasons. You might be able to think of a few more. Personal development. Now, these aren't in order of priority. Personal development, have your own business, additional income, meet new people, retirement, financial freedom, and recognition. Let's say that my dominant buying motive on there might be have my own business, because I've worked for an employer all my life and I want to have my own business. That's, I've been dreaming about this, and that's my dominant buying motive. Now, if you were to spot that as my dominant buying motive and talk about that, when you got me on fire, haven't you? Because that's the main reason I joined. Let's say you joined the business for retirement. You joined because you want to have retirement, because maybe you're getting a bit older, or retirement is part of your value system. It's important to have that. So you are aiming for the retirement. You joined this business for retirement because you believe, right? You believe in retirement. How easily can you sell retirement as a concept? Easy. You know why? You believe. Then you see me. You say, oh, this guy looks like he's in his 40s, got grey hair. Oh, he's got to be a retirement prospect for sure. And suddenly you start punching me to death with retirement. Man, your setup is fun. You'll be able to have this income when you're old and grey and can't get around any longer. It'll be fantastic. Now, personally, I don't believe in retirement, and I'm not interested. I personally am not interested in retirement. I don't even talk about it. It doesn't figure in my value system. I will die with a microphone in my hand. Retirement in Australia for a male means death in 2 years and 4 months. That's what it means. And I'm not interested in that. Now, if you join the business, if you bought the business for retirement, you believe, and you can sell that with conviction. And I'll listen to you and say, yeah, good point, yeah, good point. And if I don't argue with you, will I want to join? No. Because you missed my dominant buying motive, because mine was have own business, which may not be yours. If you assume someone's dominant buying motive, there's a good chance you'll assume it's what yours was. And you can sell yours with enthusiasm because you believe. But if they don't believe in that one, you've missed the point. That's all you've got to know for this is the next 5 questions. You must practice these in order. Question number 1, what is your number 1 priority? Question 2, why that one? Question 3, is that important? Just put important. Question 4, what are the consequences? Just write consequences. Question 5, does that worry you? That's all you've got to know for this. I'll explain what you need to do with it. First, you must not ask these questions out of order. These questions are a specific group in an exact order. They must not be changed under any circumstances. Now, after a while, you might change the way you ask them, because the reality is, if you're doing 15 plans a month or more, you're getting sick of hearing your voice going around in your head. And because you start to get sick of hearing yourself going round and round, you know what you do? You change it. You modify it. Suddenly, it doesn't work anymore. Now, these questions can't be taken out of order, but the way you phrase the question might be changed. But it's the same order. I'm going to use some prospects for my business from this audience. I don't know anybody much here. So I'm going to grab people cold that I don't know and just see what happens. Now, let me give you one warning here. If you are currently using a presentation that is working successfully, do not change it. Now, what I'm going to give you now, you can slide right in the middle. Now, I'll tell you the place you slide it in. There are 4 parts of your presentation. Number 1 is when you first turn up, is what's called the relax stage. And what are you selling in that stage? Selling yourself. Now, do they believe you? Are they buying you? And if they buy you, there's a fair chance they'll buy what goes with you, correct? People buy you first. So number 1 is the relax stage. Number 2 is the dream stage. In the dream stage, what we're looking for, in simple technical terms, is their dominant buying motive. What's the main reason they want to do this business with me? That's what we're looking for, the main one. Now, there's probably 2 or 3 smaller ones. We're looking for the dominant one, which may not be yours, which is the one you can talk about with enthusiasm. Number 3 is, once we've done that, we go to what's called a solution. That is, you show them how it works. Now, that's the solution to the problem in the dream. And the last stage is what's commonly called in sales the close, which is say, well, let's take action. Now, here's what I find with most people. You get so excited about the solution that you either don't spend much time with the dream area or you leave it out altogether. You get so excited about the solution. You get pumped up about the solution and you let them have it. They get excited and they go, oh, yeah. And 2 days later, they leave a message that says, don't call me again. If you're brilliant at the dream stage, at uncovering the dominant buying motive and getting them to tell you about it, then everything else becomes easy. The solution becomes a natural part of your presentation and the close doesn't exist.
Now that you understand and know the 5 questions, you've got to practice these in the exact order in which they come and don't change them. Now listen to how I use the same guy I used in the first example with the card, Sean. I've never met Sean before, and in fact I've never seen him since. I'm going to ask him these 5 questions and I'm going to relate them to our dominant buying list. Sean has never seen this list before. He's never seen the questions before. In fact, he's never even met me before. So what he's going to say is absolutely spontaneous, and he'll be speaking from his heart. Listen carefully.
What would you say would be your personal number 1 priority? Question 1.
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom. That's interesting. Question 2. Why would you pick that one?
Because it's I don't want to be working my whole life for somebody else, and to have the ability to never have to worry about money again.
Yep.
And just if I want something, I can have it, and if I want to go somewhere, I can go there.
Yep.
And I don't have to answer anybody but myself.
Right.
That's what financial freedom means to me.
Yeah, for example?
Oh, if I want to just go on a trip, I don't have to ask anybody. I can just book the holiday and just go straight away, and that'd be fantastic. Just have the freedom to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom meaning?
Meaning that my family never has to worry about. I don't have to worry about my family's financial situation. I know that they're always looked after, and if anything ever happened to me, then they'd be financially secure.
Yep.
Which would be really good.
Financially secure being?
Oh, that if the bills, they don't have to worry about bills coming in. They're just paid straight away, and if they want to go to private schools, I can send them to the best schools and have the best clothing and just a first-class lifestyle.
Question number 3. Are those things important to you?
Yes, very important.
Why in your case, Sean?
Because it's, I believe that this is my one shot on this planet, and I want to make the best of it. I want to live first class and just to have the best sort of life possible.
Meaning?
Meaning that I don't have to settle for second best, and I don't have to be always considering or factoring money into things. I can just concentrate on what I want and how it can help my family and other people.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. What would be question number 4? What would be the consequences then of not having some form of financial freedom plan?
Oh, that'd mean I'd always have to be settling for second best, and I'd always have to be relying on my other sources of income. And as a chiropractor, I've got to rely on my hands. That means if my hands ever give out, then I'm in big trouble.
Big trouble being?
Oh, well, then I'd have no source of income, and I'd have to sort of go with some pension or worse still, some government welfare thing. That'd be terrible.
Last question. Would that worry you?
Yeah, a lot.
Why is that?
Because I wouldn't want to live life like that, and to be able to look after my family. That's going to be really important.
Give him a round of applause. What a good prospect. Thanks, Sean. Thank you. Thank you. That was exactly the same skill that I used with the cards before. Now, what was said in that conversation, I'll guarantee, is no different to what's being said in your presentation conversation now. True? Same things. One difference. He said it. He said it. It's true. It's true. I don't defend anymore. He said it. Imagine if I had said it to him. Let's say that I happened to pick financial freedom because I might have heard him mention it, or I just picked it, or it was mine. I mean, financial freedom, you would not believe this business, Sean. I mean, the things you can do, some of the people we've met, it's fantastic. I mean, you can not only set up a retirement, but you can go first class. You do want to go first class, Sean, don't you? Oh, yeah. And you can send your kids to the best school. If I said the same things to him, what would he say in response to me? Yeah, give me a brochure. If he says it, it's true. Now, when I now show the solution, the things he said, I now start to talk about them. So with this income, you can send your kids to those schools you said you wanted. And with that coming in, you never have to worry about the bills being paid. And with this coming in, you don't have to worry about being sick or your hands as a chiropractor bombing out, which is what you want. He's sitting there going, yeah. That's the one. Ace of Hearts. He's telling me. If they tell you, it's true. If you tell them exactly the same thing, the same words, they'll raise an objection or be sceptical. Let them tell you why it's true. Don't you tell them. Now, my next prospect is a woman called Nina. She was in the front row of a meeting. I instructed her to answer at length how she feels about the answers to the questions I'm going to ask. Now, she was really nervous because she's standing in front of about 1,200 people, which makes anybody nervous. I think anybody who says they don't get nervous in front of a group lies. And I get butterflies too, except mine fly in formation. That's about the only difference. She has no idea what I'm about to ask her. She has not seen the questions before. She's only just seen the list for the first time. Listen to what happens. Now, I know absolutely nothing about this woman. Absolutely nothing. Now, let's see your other hand. She's got a wedding engagement ring, so she appears to be married. They're pretty shiny, so it could be a reason. It belongs to her or she belongs to him, vice versa. Okay, that's all right. Couldn't you have done better than that? You got a good ring. Okay, so now I have a bit of information. She is married to this fellow in the front row. That's as much as I know, right? This is a really cold prospect. That's okay. Cold prospects are the toughest. If you can do this, everything else is easier. Okay. What did you do before you knew about the business? Did you work?
Yeah, I was working.
What did you do?
Working on computers.
Okay. Looking at that list, what would you say would be your personal number one priority?
Financial freedom.
Okay, another one, financial freedom. Interesting. Let's check it out. Why would you pick that as number one?
Well, before I got married, obviously, but that was before the business, I knew I wanted to get married, and when I had children, I wanted them to have the best of everything and have the things that I didn't have. Like my childhood wasn't a bad childhood. I didn't go without much, but it wasn't always the best that life had to offer. It was the best my parents could offer, and I want to make sure that my children had everything, or not everything, but everything that I could possibly give them, and the best of that. And go to the private schools that I didn't go to, because not that I felt like I missed out on anything, but I always know that private schools are obviously better than the public schools. But I think I turned out right out of a public school, so hopefully they can turn out even better than I can.
Makes sense. Are those things important to you?
Definitely.
Why in your case, Nana?
Because I know what it's like going through life, not having some things. There is always wanting things, and knowing my parents couldn't always afford the things that I wanted, so I never want my children to be going without things that I know they really need, or they want sometimes. Not that they're going to be spoilt too much. And I also wanted to think that my husband, when I did get married, didn't have to work all his life.
Yeah.
And I know my father being a builder most of his life and then a teacher, he's still working now, so I don't want my husband to have to be working when he's my father's age.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. That's right. That's right. Yeah. What would be the consequences then of not having some sort of plan to meet those needs?
My children growing up in a situation that I was in, not that it was bad, but wasn't the best, or even worse than I had to go through. Them not having maybe dreams, obviously when you don't have a lot of things, your dreams get killed because you don't think that you can have them, and then when they get older they don't have dreams to pass on to their children as well, and I want our dreams to be followed on to my children, their children's children, and also all the way to the end.
That's right. Give her a round of applause. Thank you, Nick. That was a good one. That was good. She will join my business not because I believe, she believes. Let's summarise this. If she says it, it's true. If I said the same things, if I was even lucky enough to pick those things and said them back to her, she'd raise an objection or be sceptical. It's her dominant buying motive she's talking about, not mine. Remember, mine is not financial security. So I find it hard to even talk about it and be sincere about it because I personally aren't that interested in financial security. It's their dominant buying motives. It's hers. If she talks about it from her heart, it's true. Now, anybody she may have ever heard talk about a multi-level marketing plan have told her why she should join. They've enthusiastically told her about the benefits. If you ask these 5 questions and she tells you, she qualifies herself. Sean qualified himself. He told me all about himself. I know about him by keeping my mouth closed, by nodding my head, by using minimal encourages like, I see, which means, for example, this works an absolute charm. Now, finally, asking someone to join the business becomes a natural follow-on of this process. It shouldn't be a traumatic experience. And it's not traumatic because they're telling you, you're not telling them. And I swear to you that with most people you speak with using this technique, it will be the first time in their whole life anybody has ever asked them what they want and has shut up and let them say it. Not only that, has helped them say it, has dragged it out by using which means, for example, it's the first time. Because anybody else has ever talked to them about any sort of a multi-level marketing plan or network marketing has told them why they should do it. And they got a brochure. Now, when they've told you why they want to join the business and they've answered the 5 questions and you've followed the system exactly as outlined here, you then show them the business. Do what you normally do. Show them how the business works. Put the enthusiasm into it because it's your turn now to show them. They've asked you how it works, so you can really give it both barrels. You can be really excited about this. Show them how it works. And as you show them how the business works, feed back the words that they said to you when you asked the 5 questions. Show them how they can benefit their kids through the business. Show them how they can get financial freedom. Show them how they can get personal development. Whatever words they said, use those exact words and feed them back onto your solution being the business. That way it'll make sense to them. They'll see how their personal dominant buying motives apply to the business, how the business can help them fix it. And it's the words they told you, so you're perfectly entitled to use those words with enthusiasm when you show them how it works. Remember, they told you. Now I'm going to give you one of the most profitable ideas you'll get from this entire tape. You get the list of dominant buying motives and have it printed on the back of your business card. That means every time you hand your business card to someone, you're in a position to make a presentation of the business. Now, the great advantage of having the list on the back of the business card and having rehearsed the 5 questions in your mind is you can hand a card to anybody under any circumstances. Let's just say to them, do you know what our networking marketing is all about? They'll probably say no. You flip the card over and you say, let me show you. And you say, look at that list on the back there. What would you say would personally be your number 1 priority? Now, if somebody picks a number 1 priority, you say, well, why would you pick that one? And instantly, right away, you are into a marketing interview for your business. Without even appearing to have done it, you are now into a selling marketing interview, but with somebody telling you why they should be joining your business. You can do this on the beach. You can do this at a party. You can do this sitting in a bus. I've done this sitting in a train, handed a card to somebody and said, do you know what this business is all about? And they said, well, what? I said, let me show you. I've turned the card over and said, what would you say would be your number 1 priority? It is so simple. Anytime you give a card to somebody, ask them, do you know what network marketing or whatever you call your business is all about?
When they say, oh, I don't know or I do know, say, well, let me show you, show them the list, and then say to them, what would be your number one priority, and let them tell you why they should join you. Now, to demonstrate how these 5 questions combined with this list will work for you virtually anywhere and under almost any circumstances, I want you to picture this scene. I'm sitting at my desk in England looking out over the fields, thinking about a meeting I'm going to tonight, and my secretary's best girlfriend's coming to pick her up from work. She walks past my desk, sees me there and hears me talking in the microphone. She asks me what I'm doing. So I explained a little bit about how I'm going to a meeting, and she said, what do they do? I said, well, come here, let me show you. This is the conversation that took place, and I recorded it. So looking at this list, Stella, what would you personally say in your circumstances would be your number one priority?
Well, social would be important to me, and personal development, of course.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Well, why would you pick social and personal development as your number one priorities?
Personal development is important to everybody. You're not going to improve your circumstances or your social life, really, if you don't develop yourself personally. Social development is an important part because it's part and parcel with today's life. You've got to be able to communicate with people, and the more people you meet, the more people you can communicate with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Well, is that important to you to have those things in your own life?
Yes.
Why is that in your case, Stella?
Because I've presently changed career and I want to make a success of that change. So I want to get to know as many people who can help me and therefore personally develop.
Well, what would be the consequences then of not having a program which would help you with your social and personal development? What would be the downsides?
I wouldn't learn what skills I have that I would need to develop. I would remain in a little rut, if you like, and until you get the stimulus, you're not going to get out of that rut. You need to know what you have got to develop to get on with other people.
Well, would that worry you, being in a rut like that?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, it's boring. It's stifling. It's awful.
Well, it's exactly those things that we'll be talking about at that meeting tonight. And would you like to come along and sit in with us?
Yes.
Okay, I'll book you in.
Great.
And finally, if you can convince the man or woman in your life who really annoys you, if you can convince them to run just 10 miles every day, studies reveal that after just 1 week, they'd be 70 miles away. Thank you for being a great audience. Thank you, Alan and Dimitri.